Welcome to another episode of the Final Forecast with me, your host Jay Flo. Got my guy Kevin Jones. He's back.
Yo.
Took a vacation, like Ash
Did
normally
not.
take. Ash, you been talking to KJ? Talking to
Did not.
take hiatus.
Was here
Our
this whole time.
lovely co-host Ash,
That's me.
and we're back.
We
Another
are
week.
back.
What's been going on, KJ? What you been up to? Why you been missing these episodes, bro? What's up,
I've been good, man. It's the start of the season. We played our first 2 games of the regular season this past weekend. A split. Lost the
Undefeated?
first game, won the second game. Yeah.
Y'all just say y'all suck this year. We suck again.
Damn it.
I
This
mean,
is- I knew I shouldn't have came back.
I always hated that, yo. Like the split
Games.
on the road. Like, how does that even happen? Like, how do you beat a team the first day and then the next day it just like, you know what I mean? Like, I hated that.
So the format is already weird. You're playing the same team twice in one weekend.
Right.
So like the 2 games are usually totally different. It's like one team, regardless. The only way you don't usually split is if you're just like way better than the other team. But if y'all kind of like similar, like the 2 games are gonna be totally different. So
Right.
it's usually is weird because it usually feels better if you win the second game as opposed to winning the first game and losing the second game. I don't know. It just makes you feel better that you ended the weekend off on a win. So it's
Yeah.
whatever.
True. Yeah, I used to hate that format. It sucked.
Yeah. It's because you play the first game at like we played the first game at 7, and then you play the next game at like 3. So it's less than 24 hours of rest.
Ooh, that's not
And
fun.
yeah, it's rough.
So
Rough
players are
schedule.
like tired. I mean, are they tired? Yeah. Japan
Yeah.
basketball. I
Yeah.
love it. Hate it.
You're tired and you're playing the same exact team again. Like they
Yeah.
like it's a certain if you smack a team, you're like, why am I playing them again? Like you just kind of
Right.
naturally let your guard down and just
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
and you
come
probably
over
think
here
like,
and
oh, we beat
smack.
them. We beat them. Last night.
Exactly.
We're fine. We're good.
and now they're motivated to play again
Mhm.
because they just got smacked. So it's just like, yeah, it's so weird.
And now they
Which,
know how you play.
Yeah, that too. It's like, yo, we just played you less than 24 hours ago. We know that. We know your plays. We know everything.
I know your tricks.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
what you got.
which series should I come to, bro? Osaka?
I don't know. I gave you my schedule, so you
You
tell
didn't give
me.
me your schedule.
Yeah, I
first of
did.
all.
I sent it
No,
to you.
didn't.
I
No, you
did.
didn't.
I definitely
I'll
did.
Google it. I'll Google it.
You're a
though.
liar.
I'll pull it up.
Nah. I don't know. Whatever game you want. Just don't come in December.
I don't want to be there and then you be like, I gotta go do something. Da, da, da. I'll be homeless. You know
Well,
that,
I'll be homeless.
I got
anybody
you,
want
bro.
to
I
take a
got
trip
you.
with me to Japan and watch Kevin Jones
Nah,
play? Let me
don't
know.
invite other people.
Is
Just
I would
Mozzie
love
in your?
to go, but it's expensive
was-
to go to Japan.
yeah. Pull up, Ash. Pull up, John.
I should.
Whatever.
That's fun.
I should love the. She would like the love hotels.
What the fuck?
The hotels with the mirrors on the roof on the ceiling.
Jacuzzis.
I
They
think
got
I've stayed at one of those
jacuzzis,
before.
saunas.
Oh, hey there.
Are some of them like themed?
I haven't been to one, so I wouldn't know.
I have. For sure. How do you go play in Japan? You're lying. You've been to one. You've been to one.
Sorry, I
can't go
think
to
you're
Japan.
confusing this with a Diddy party. Sorry,
You can't go to Japan.
this is not that.
You can't go to Japan and not experience a love hotel.
Nah, I've been once. In my earlier days in Japan. I've been
Gotcha,
once.
bitch.
Gotcha. Knew it.
Nah, they're cool though. Like, I forgot.
It's
who
weird.
else.
It just gives motel vibes. It
Is a
motel.
motel. Yeah,
Yeah,
But
super
like,
motel.
for those who don't know, like a love hotel in Japan is like a theme hotel. Like you go there just to make love
Do your business.
and get
Yeah.
out of there. But they have like
Usually,
pools, hot tubs in them. Like they're like real nice places. You can
depending
get 'em
on
for,
which
like, a
ones,
couple hours.
depending on which ones you go to, they got like the heart shaped beds. They got the
Vibrating beds.
they sometimes they come with it. You know what I mean? With your own protection. They give you some if you ain't got your own. I mean, they
Yeah.
hook it up real nice for you.
They got everything.
Yeah,
But
but
yep, I'm looking at this flight,
pull up,
$761.
huh?
That's actually I was expecting it to be way more expensive than that.
When
Last
is
time I
that? Look
checked
at the
flights to
flight. Look
Japan
at
were
the
like $2
flight time
billion.
though. Look at the flight time though.
Is
That's
that what
why
it
it's so
was?
cheap.
It's 14 hours.
33 hours.
That's
No,
like
You
that's
gotta-
like that's like a 12-hour layover.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I was like, you taking I don't know what kind
It's a
of
16 hours in YVZ. Is that Vancouver?
A word?
But yeah,
Canada?
so yeah, Air Canada. I just picked like the cheapest flight because you go from there. You know.
Nah, that's not bad. I would do that. I used to hate doing it when I played, but I'll do that.
And if you got
now.
the time, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even really think about it anymore. Just like even my last trip here, like this past time, it's just like routine now. Like I got my
Mhm.
little schedule, my little routine I do.
I got my little first
Flight.
class seat with this bed, and I can just sleep the whole time.
Hey, that ain't bad either. That
I
ain't
always
bad
wanted to
either.
get on one of those flights, like whenever you go to like United Arab Emirates, how they have like those flights that have like the pods and stuff. I've
Oh,
always wanted to
yeah,
have
yeah.
one of those. I think it'd be so cool.
Now that has an actual like bed, like the one
Yeah.
that I get on. I mean, it's like the one where you can just like spread the seat out, which is not really a bed, but the Emirates one has an actual bed.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. It's
in
almost like
just,
your
a
own like
bigger
little
space.
sleep pod.
Yeah,
Like, hang on, let me put on my pajamas. You know what I mean?
This-
Time
Right.
to go to sleep.
The apartments at Emirates or Dubai Airlines, one of the two. I think it's
Mhm.
Emirates. There are some that actually have like a full queen size bed and a full bathroom.
fire.
Mm.
Okay.
I need to be on. I need to be on that one.
I know, right? I need to
That's
get
a
us a
good way to
sugar
join
daddy, guys. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
It's a good way to
Hey.
join the Mile High Club right there. Is anybody in the Mile High Club? KJ, you in there?
Nah, never. I never
Nah,
did that.
It's kind of
Oh.
nasty when you think about it.
Yeah, that's not. And I don't know how anybody
It's-
can. It's a very cramped
Yeah.
space.
How? Yeah, like I don't know how. Nah,
Nah,
it's
those
too much.
those big planes have big bathrooms.
Even
Like, if
that
you're going
though, it's still
overseas,
not. I don't know.
it's just
I don't know.
nasty though. Like, it's
Yeah.
You're just sharing a space with. You still sharing a space with people. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
good on that.
You don't want to
Yeah.
be you don't want to be doing that when people can't even flush a bathroom in those airport toilets.
That's
airplane
too
toilets.
too. That's true too. Yeah,
Would
I'm
you
good
think they
on
would
that.
say something if like me and my wife went in there together? Like, you think like is that against the rules? Like, can we not go in the bathroom together?
I'm sure it
I
is.
don't know. I don't know.
Why
Why
it
don't
may
you
not
try
be.
it, John?
It's probably
Say,
floating
let us
around.
know what happens. Fucking
Excuse me.
U.S. Marshals take John and Jess off the plane, kicked them out of the country, whatever country they go to.
That's it.
Is joining the Mile High Club illegal? While there's no law specifically prohibiting intercourse in flight, sex on board an aircraft can be a violation of airline's conduct. It was frowned upon. Frowned upon. Like,
That's what I thought. Frowned upon for sure.
Because isn't that public indecency or public nudity
Not
and stuff
technically
like that?
because you're not being exposed to the public.
yeah,
So
not in the bathroom.
I mean, it's no different than have you ever done it in like a restaurant bathroom? You know what I mean? Like any type of
No, I've
public
never.
place?
Y'all are freaks.
You have to
Yeah.
Y'all
have
been doing this?
you have to have a ticket to go on a plane. You've made that conscious purchase. It's not like if you're outside and you see it.
That's it. Yeah.
Hold up, Ash.
Wow,
You did
y'all
it in
are-
a restaurant bathroom?
I mean, I used to when I my younger days, I had a thing for like I don't know, like public spaces. which is weird.
dessert.
Voyeur.
Poontang
love
pie
that?
for dessert. Ash
I
is
did-
serving up poontang pie for dessert. This is crazy.
My younger days, not even my younger days. Me and Jess had something like every wedding we went to, we had to do it at the wedding.
See,
That's cool.
it's like the same
I
concept,
fuck with that.
kinda. Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Mhm.
But you
Just
also
keep-
have your own room, so that don't count either. Like you
No,
go
no, no,
to
no.
a
At the
wedding,
wedding,
you got
like
See,
in the bathroom at the
then
wedding.
yes, same concept.
okay.
Same
All right,
concept.
I guess
They have family bathrooms, you know what I mean? So you go in there.
that's
it's not
insane.
He's making a family. It doesn't say you have to have a family.
They asked what you're doing. I was making a baby.
That's it.
I feel
Listen,
that.
there's like an excitement that comes with it. You know what I mean? Like
It
there's a chance you could get caught, and it's kind of like exciting.
I've done in the car before, but like that's the most outside I would get is a
Yeah.
car.
Well, and
Oh
also,
no.
like, you guys
You never
aren't
did it in
exactly
Coliseum?
discreet. Like, you're
You
damn
never
near
did in the car.
7 foot tall. I don't think we can just
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
walk
that's
into the
yeah. You catch
bathroom
a
and no
crib,
one noticing.
you catch a Charlie horse, it's over. You in the car,
Yeah.
it's no bueno after that.
You're not hiding in the stall. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I used to be a wild boy.
Did you ever do it in the practice facility?
Nah, I never. That wasn't never my
Hmm.
locker room.
I thought, John, you said once
Oh
you
yeah,
did it
yeah.
on
You
the.
never, yeah,
I
you know.
never had
I thought you said you did it on the Coliseum
Yeah.
floor once.
Coliseum floor before a concert.
Coliseum floor is crazy.
It's legendary.
Right on the WV.
Time
Right on the
out.
WV. Right on.
That's
Now
right
you're
on.
more
fire.
likely. I feel you're more likely to get caught in that space than any
What?
other space. No.
For sure.
Yeah, the
For
weight room.
sure.
It was so stupid back then. Like I feel like if somebody,
The weight room. Imagine if Coach Andy came in.
it wasn't
Oh,
Andy.
yeah,
We didn't have Andy at the time. We had
Oh, so it was your
Yoki.
freshman year?
Yeah. we
Oh,
had
okay,
Yoki.
okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm all over Morgantown, bro. Parks and all types
I
of shit.
see. You
It's
fucking
fun.
use a
Good
black
times.
light walking around Morgantown fucking with John.
No shit.
Let
Never
us
know where it's-
know.
man.
Final Forecast is the craziest place you ever got it on.
Best time
The
of my
best-
life.
Yeah, clearly.
Yep. Coming to WVU, he shaped who I am. Yep.
Certainly did. Getting
Yeah,
it
a
on
lot
in
of
public
babies.
spaces.
Laying around. Speaking of Diddy,
Speaking of diddling around, yeah.
The diddler
The
strikes
diddler.
Diddy
again.
back in the news. So KJ, you wasn't here last week. Me and Ash we didn't get into it, but Ash kind
Pretty
of
healthy debate.
She's already saying Diddy's guilty. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
I
Like,
know.
she's
I did not
saying,
say necessarily that he was
F him.
guilty. I said we will have
It's
to
like,
wait
F
for the
him,
evidence to
he's a-
come out. But there are things that we for sure know that he is guilty of.
Like what?
Like the things that he did to
Domestic
Cassie,
abuse.
for sure.
Domestic
That's
abuse.
not. But that's
Beating
not.
her.
That's not what he's on trial for, though.
Correct. But I will say, since more has come out since the other day, it ain't
What
looked
else
too
has
good.
come out? What else
You
has
see
come
where
out?
his mom
Something else that
made
came out, John, you were correct. It definitely seems to be a correlation between Diageo and the fact that he basically thought that he could go toe to toe with them, and seems like that may have been what spurred this whole lawsuit. So
So could it be
federal
false?
investigation.
So could it be fake news? Could
No,
it be...
I think here's the thing. From the things that I've been seeing, especially for people who are in the industry, people have known about this for a very long time. And I think that's also disturbing, that if people knew that people were being drugged and taken advantage of and no one said anything until now, but they're acting like they were fearing for their lives. So it's like, I don't know. It's a very strange situation.
But they don't fear for their lives now.
Well, not now that it's come out, because now they feel protected by both the federal government as well as the powers that be.
So this came out. Diddy's accuser allegedly tried to bribe her ex-boyfriend for $3 million to back up her rape claims. So Talia Graves, who recently filed a lawsuit accusing Diddy of rape and recording the act, is now being accused of trying to bribe her ex-boyfriend with a 7-figure offer to support her claims. TMZ has obtained text messages that suggest Graves was willing to pay $3 million to her former boyfriend if he agreed to corroborate, which is wild.
Well, not everyone that files a lawsuit is going to be legit, right?
Yeah, I agree. That's why I said we should let this. We don't know what is what right now. We don't know if the company that he's going against, if they pay people to say this stuff about Diddy. We just don't know. Like,
I don't know anything about the case, but I just feel like not just in Diddy's case, but just in general, if you're a star or a famous person, that like it's the popular thing to pile on whatever you can, while everybody else is doing it. So you gotta let it play out. I mean, some things. I mean, some people are under the assumption that everybody can't be lying. I don't always think that it's like, okay, well, one person could be lying, but not everybody. Yes, everybody could be lying sometimes. So let's just play it out and see what happens. I don't if he's guilty of, like, he should go to jail for everything that he's done, and but also public opinion, like the court of public opinion can be sometimes stronger than the actual facts. So I
Yeah.
don't
Well,
I
here's
don't
the
want to just
issue.
crucify somebody of
True.
something I don't know.
There are videos, and one of the most recent ones that have come out, thankfully the news outlets are not naming the person in the video because I think that's so gross. But they're wondering if he was underage at the time, which that brings up other issues.
Who's in the video?
Wait,
They won't
there was
name
somebody in
names.
a
They said
video
it's an
that
A-list celebrity. It's very clear in the video that is Diddy and this person.
oh shit,
But
a
they said
guy.
because they don't know, yes, but because they don't know if he was underage at the time, they're not saying his name because they're afraid of, I mean, basically that's a crime. So if they buy the video, because there's a bidding war going on for it right now, but a lot of the news outlets are like, well, if we win and this person was a minor at the time, then we now own child porn and we could basically be brought charged against, you know what I mean? So um it's a very interesting, touchy situation. There's
That person
speculation
probably
as to who it
sweating.
is, but I mean, there you shouldn't speculate about something like that. And
Yeah.
honestly, my heart is, oh my God, my heart breaks for whoever this person is, because if this person is a victim, that's disgusting that this video even exists, number one, because clearly it's basically said that this was taken without this person's permission, clearly. But also if this person was taken advantage of and now you're an adult and this gets brought up, like that's fucked.
And an A-list celebrity,
And
they
an
said?
they said that this person is actually, some would argue, more popular than Diddy.
I feel like I knew who it
I think we
was.
all know who it is, and I think that's even sadder. But
Man, I hope it's not who I'm thinking it
I know,
is.
ditto.
I don't want to believe any of this shit about Diddy, bro. Diddy is, you know what
Well,
I
I
mean? Like,
mean, it's not about what
I
you
don't even
want.
think
And
it's like
apparently
they
there's,
keep saying like we got this, we got that. Like, let's see it. Like,
well, they
but we're
can't
not
because
going to
a lot of
say
these
anything.
videos
Like, we're not
involve
going to.
what they believe to be minors, and they're
And they also don't
concerned.
want to put the evidence out before they've got a jury selected and
That
Right.
too.
bias
But
the court.
apparently there's a bunch of A-list celebrities right now that are buying tapes behind the scenes because there's more and they don't want them to surface. So
Mhm.
there's a lawyer down in
How
Houston
many
that's
tapes
basically
do you
wheeling and
think there
dealing.
is?
Dude, hundreds. They said there's hundreds of these things.
So how did these lawyers
Hundreds
get
of
copies of the
tapes.
tapes? I'm so
They
confused.
represent the victims and also people that are involved. And these people that are involved are talking to the federal government because they're trying to cover their own ass. So it's
So they
like,
combine
okay,
from
so I'm going to get
the
a plea
Fed.
deal. If I get a plea deal, I will hand you all the evidence that I have. You know what I mean? And that's what they
And
want.
then
They want as much evidence that they can to go against him.
so again, allegedly this minor that was in this video, they reached out to his lawyer to try to get the video, try to get him to buy the video, and he's bigger than Diddy, but he won't buy the video.
I don't know if that's true. I know that the video exists, that some have seen this said video, but I don't know that he's been offered the opportunity to buy the video.
I wonder how long these videos span, like how the
That's a good question.
years
Well,
behind. I'm like,
1990,
sheesh,
they said
hundreds.
the oldest one that was dated was 1991.
God, 1991. He's
He's been at it a long time.
that's
Yeah,
just insane, bro.
it is crazy.
It's just like
See,
security cameras in his house or something.
yeah,
Um,
that's why I'm
Come on.
like, where's
I
the
don't
Is he
know.
setting up a
It
camera?
kind of seemed like he was filming these in secret. So I don't know if he had like a camera set up somewhere. And now the older one, like, and I don't know if they're all the same camera. You know what I mean? Like it could be different places, different spaces, different cameras for all I know. But
one more thing is that like how, and I'm not trying to defend him, but how do we know that this, like you said, the person was they weren't aware of what was going? How do we know
yes,
that they weren't aware of
good
that?
point. We don't. But the way that they said that the video appears, it appears as if the person doesn't know what's happening.
Plus, a minor is still a minor.
That's it.
No,
They
no, no.
can't
I'm
give
not talking
consent
about that
even if
part.
they
I'm
did.
just
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the minor part. I'm talking
Mhm.
about the part where he's setting stuff up and people are claiming that like he like obviously that's wrong, the minor part. But I'm talking about where
Yeah.
people are setting stuff up and they're claiming
Yes, a
that
minor is still a minor. But like they like how they came out and said we don't know if he was a minor or not. Like that should They're just smearing his name. Like, if you don't know, then don't speak on it.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah, that's
weird.
true too.
Well,
That's
there
true.
is
Like, what are they?
there's a person that's filed a lawsuit, and apparently, I mean, you want to get disgusted. He was 9 years old at the time.
Then they put out
No.
a class action lawsuit. Like, they put out something. Have you been abused by Diddy from
Well,
1990 to
they kind of
19?
did.
Call us.
They did.
And then
And
everyone that
and
called
they
in,
got 1,200 calls in a day.
That a Diddy abuse
yeah,
hotline. See,
Yes.
yeah. So there's no way that
But they
12.
had to,
Come
but
on.
out of that 1,200, obviously they started doing their back. They have like a whole team of people working on it and validating whether these things are true or not. And that's how they're basically finding out if it's real or not. I mean, if you got if there's a tape with you on it, clearly you could be a victim. So that's kind of how they're dredging through it.
damn. I just fear that for the whoever is on it, like knowing or unknowing. Obviously, you didn't think this would get out, and it's like I wonder if like once everything is settled, will these tapes get out? That's gonna suck because I feel like a
Oh, it's
lot of
there.
people's
Well, and that's what I'm saying.
favorite
A lot of
is gonna.
A-listers are buying tapes behind the
Ah,
scenes because they're like, I'm going to destroy this thing. That this will never come to
yeah,
light. I never want anybody to see these things. So
crazy.
So me and Jess decided to go to a Diddy party, and we just snuck out to the bathroom and did it. And he recorded it, and we didn't know we could sue.
absolutely, absolutely,
So that's
yes.
his house.
It doesn't
So even if
matter.
it's on
That
his
is an
property,
invasion of privacy. If you're in a private space, especially a bathroom, you can't record somebody in a fucking bathroom. I don't give a fuck if it is your house.
So what if it was a guest room?
Now, if it was a guest room, then you might not have a case. But a bathroom for sure. No one can film you in a bathroom. No,
yeah. Why would somebody want to film in the bathroom? That's weird too.
perverts. That's the answer. Perverts.
Yeah,
I don't think you can record in bedrooms either because, yeah, you have a reasonable expectation of privacy, the Fourth Amendment. So
I guess that's true. I mean, a bedroom is considered a private space. Now,
If it's
the
your
living
house.
just like
room,
Airbnb
pool,
can't put cameras up in bedrooms.
that's
Like,
true. Well, yeah, because people
Oh,
have
yeah, that
sex
would
in
make sense.
bedrooms. Duh.
If I'm
Yeah.
having, just playing devil's advocate, if I'm having a party at my house and I want to make sure nothing is stolen out of these rooms, I could put a camera up in those rooms, right? To see who was in there, who was doing what in there.
I mean, you can, but if you're recording someone having sex, you can't legally do something with that.
So it's only the sex part.
you can't open John's Hotel and then sell sex tapes from people in the hotel
Correct.
rooms.
It's not a hotel though. It's his house. It's his place of residence. It's where he lives.
I think you enter into that contract that there will be a reasonable expectation of privacy in those kinds of intimate spaces, knowing what they're used for. I think common rooms, you have no expectation of privacy, but I don't think you can legally do bathrooms, bedrooms, that kind of stuff.
So if somebody doesn't know, you said common room, so like living room, right?
Yeah.
You still
somebody
can't
fucks
sell
in
it.
the living
Though.
room.
You still can't do something with the tape.
What do you mean do
Regardless.
something with it?
Like you can't take that tape and then give it to someone else and say, "Hey, watch John Flowers having sex. He was fucking in my living room
that's
and I
what they're saying?
recorded it." You
That's what they
can't
were
do
saying
that.
Diddy was doing?
That's called
That's
like
what they-
revenge porn.
No, I think Diddy was using it more like revenge porn, allegedly, where he would have these tapes to hold
I
over
told
people.
you,
That's why
dude,
he recorded everything.
there's something about
Blackmail.
that. Like it felt very blackmailish. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna
allegedly.
hold on to this. Remember what I got? Eh?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
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 Ash's face.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. KJ, you sure when you play with the cows, you didn't?
I
You thought that he did?
wasn't. You wasn't inviting me to a party. I wasn't popular.
I talked to
like
Ebanks
that.
about this though. Ebanks used to go to the
Kardashians.
Hugh Hefner parties.
We
The
we
pajama
talked
party.
about this though. Like, there's a difference between Diddy parties because he throws like actual parties, and then there's the freak offs that are
Right.
that's
Two different
the stuff
things.
that's
I think
being.
even
You know
Uncle
what I
Luke
mean?
said that. He's like there's a certain point at a Diddy party where it's time to
You
go.
like, all right, it's time to go. Yeah, it's like
Time to
you know?
go.
So
I
we
guess-
talking about an actual like party
that
where
any-
there's other people that are fully clothed and not doing anything crazy. Yes,
but you know
I would
what's
go
crazy
to those kind
is
of
that
parties.
now those people are being looked at sideways because it's like,
Yeah, of course.
they were hanging.
Nobody
at
wants
every
to-
Diddy party.
Everybody
So-
seems guilty because once they bring up a Diddy party, like, oh, I've never been to it. Like, yo, it's okay to go into a regular party. Like, it's Nobody wants to claim that they've been at a Diddy
Dude,
party
it's
So
anymore.
you think
wild the
it's two different
speculation that's out
types of
there.
parties? So there's
Yeah,
like a freak out party where they go in there and they're just doing
yeah.
that.
That's where the baby oil was at.
And remember last time we
In
talked
the hood.
about it, they have like those continuous IVs that keep them going for days. Remember that?
Oh golly. Yeah,
Yeah.
he started everything. So
Yo, that's crazy. Like
he was
how can you even do it that much?
Well,
It's
I don't
right.
think he is. I think he's wanting other people to do those things so that he can. It's a power situation.
Mm.
I can't wait till this book comes out or this docu
The
series.
modern day
That
Caligula.
is
But
crazy.
everybody was talking about, like John mentioned, the Hugh Hefner Playboy mansion parties, how
Mhm.
like a lot of those got like swept under the rug, that he was like, people were being drugged and taken advantage of, and people were
Yeah.
saying like, what's the difference? And like Hugh Hefner never really came under any scrutiny for that
Until
I can
after he
remember.
died. Like after he died is when people
Yeah,
started speaking out about it. But I think
yeah.
this is very relevant, and we kind of touched on it a little bit. I think there are certain people that are slightly untouchable until they bite the hand that feeds someone who's higher
Hmm.
on the rung. Here we
Yeah.
are.
So Hugh Hefner played the game, and Diddy
That's it.
didn't play the game anymore. He
Correct.
just like, okay. I mean, that makes sense too.
I
I
mean,
think.
but then that's what I said. It's so sick and sad because if these allegations end up being true, if these things end up coming to light as being true, shame on the fucking industry. Like, are you kidding me? You all knew and you did nothing?
It's
Mm.
been like that. Everybody wants to
Y'all heard
win. Like
Hollywood gets
nobody
crazy.
And that's it.
nobody
Like, I
wants
want
to
to
be
be
the
rich and
person.
famous. So the
Yeah.
best way for me to do that is to do this and keep my fucking mouth shut.
I'm not gonna rock the boat. Like you ain't gonna have nobody
That's
rocking the
it.
boat like that.
Look at the
Well, how many
Weinstein
actors?
situation, the Epstein situation, both extremely similar, where people were being abused and taken advantage of, but they did it because they thought it was a trade.
Yeah, how many actors and actresses do you think go through that? Like
Too
you
many.
want this role in this movie?
Too many.
I know that goes on. Like,
Well, Harvey Weinstein was held
That's
accountable
it.
to it.
That's what I
You
just
know,
said.
oh, that's what Harvey was
people
doing. I thought Harvey was messing with little kids and stuff.
No, he was
people
doing
was
casting
touching on
couches.
people was touching on Terry Crews. See how,
I
you know
forgot
what I mean?
about
Like
that.
people got the if he could try him, you can try anybody.
That's it.
Word. That's
Yeah.
a different type of power, bro. Like what?
We said
That's
it
what I'm
last week
saying.
that
Like these
it's
people
just-
feel like they're untouchable. Like they can have or do whatever the fuck they want.
He didn't do nothing.
Who?
Terry Crews.
No, he didn't do anything. He
He
was
fe-
being taken advantage of.
He felt like he couldn't. But that's the thing with money and power. Even with a guy, you see like Terry Crews' stature, that you would never think a guy like that could be taken advantage of. But like even with money and power like that, sometimes
Yeah, he's
Just
like,
'cause
all
I'm
that
not
goes
gonna be
away.
believed. That's the big one. I'm not going to be believed. And even if I am, like, what's this going to, like, it's going to destroy my career. Because once I spoke out
And
about this person, then they're going to think that I'm going to speak out about everyone. So no one's going to hire me.
And nobody gonna believe me anyway, because they like, yo, you let him touch you. Look at you. Why would you let him do that? So now it's even worse, because it's like if I tell people that I let him do that and didn't say nothing, now I look even like that. It looks even more worse.
That's
Like
it.
it's
there's
crazy.
there's the framing that kept him from saying it for so long.
Exactly.
Though it's the
Exactly.
let him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't let anybody
No,
do
no.
that. Yeah, no, I'm
No,
saying like that's what you're getting at. That's the issue is
Come on,
that
KJ.
no. Kevin's right. I'm just saying it's the people think that you let them versus
Right.
them taking
Yeah.
that from you.
Yeah,
Right,
you didn't.
right,
But
right.
you let them do it, and it's like that's
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
case.
Like, no,
Also,
that's
let me
not
just
what that
say
is.
that there's
I mean-
a moment where if those things are happening to you, it's almost as if it's surreal. You know what I mean? Like you don't even know how to act in the moment, to say something, to do something that it, and then after the fact, you're like, fuck, I should have done this and that, said this, did that, did whatever. And then you feel guilty after that. So you don't fucking say anything. So it turns into this whole thing. And it's sad. This is why we need to believe people when they come forward and let the justice system do what it needs to do, because and stop victim blaming, man. Sad.
Yeah, it's just a slippery slope. Like 'cause sometimes you believe people that actually ruin other people's life. Like it goes the other way too. Like Like being an athlete, like we're told to look out for that stuff all the
Mhm.
time. Like you have women that are literally that's
The ro-
what they're trying to come up
that's
on
it.
is accusing somebody of rape, ruining their whole lives, get sue and get money and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So
Let's all
it's hard to
remember.
believe.
Sorry, John. Go ahead.
It's hard to believe like everybody. You know what I mean?
No, and I get that. But I'm saying I think there's also a moment where it's like, if you are, and I'm not saying that guilty until proven innocent. I'm thinking that it needs to be more, we need to reassure victims that come forward that, we're hearing you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We're going to
Yeah.
move forward with this. We're going to, have a trial, have a court session, whatever. However,
Mhm.
on the flip side of that coin, if the person is then found innocent, that's the other thing. In a lot of places, the person that came forward with the claim, if I'm found to be untruthful, I'm now guilty of a crime, as you should be, because that's fucked.
And you should
Are
be
they?
and you should
Yes,
be like, I feel like you should be persecuted to like the same extent that that person, that whatever claim that you claimed and it
I
found out to
agree.
be
That's not how it
I
is
don't
right
know
false.
now.
one.
Now it's
I
just
don't.
I
considered
think it should be
perjury,
that
but
way.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was saying. I don't know anyone who's lied on someone. Are you saying like that's how it is in other places? Like if you lie
no,
about
it's
someone
it's
doing,
it's a law. I mean, basically, you can't lie to the police, dude. That's against the law.
I never heard anybody being prosecuted for that.
I
I could
haven't
be
either.
wrong.
I
Like
haven't
I
either.
know plenty of guys that have been falsely prosecuted because of that stuff, and then nothing happens to the girl. I saw that on a talk show. They were on a talk show and like talking about
Yeah.
it. Like you ruined my life. Da, da, da. And she was just up there crying. I don't know anyone who's been prosecuted about
Well, I
that.
think
And
it's also very difficult. That's a difficult one, though, in itself to prove guilt or
but
innocence.
you
But
the crazy thing is that once that's put on your name, especially as an athlete or something, that never goes away, even if you're
agreed,
found innocent. That
agreed.
never goes away. You know how many people were making like Kobe jokes when, you know what I mean, when that whole thing went down when he was with that girl in Colorado, and like
Yep.
people were, and he was cleared of that, and like people still make jokes about that. Like that never goes away regardless. So if people make that claim, that's why I feel like it should be treated as seriously as the claim you made. Like if you're found out to that you're lying,
Mm-hmm.
that should be taken as serious as the claim that you were making for that other person. Because then
Mhm.
I feel like that would stop people from victim. Well, not ultimately, but more would stop people from victim blaming. If it's like, okay, like I know if you're coming forward that you're not lying because you know the ramifications that happened if you found out that you're lying.
True.
Exactly.
But I also worry that, like, that also, there's just so many slippery slopes because it's like, well, it's my word against his. No one's going to believe me, And I think that's why a lot of victims don't come forward to begin with. So I feel like it already is a law. Like, technically, any prosecution can be brought against someone for lying about being sick because you're basically creating a false police report, and that is absolutely against the law.
I never heard anyone getting jail time for that, as they should though. But I just never heard of it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree. I think that our justice system needs a lot of reworking. I will say that because sadly, there are so many instances of innocent people being behind bars. There's so many instances of there's just too much.
Yeah,
There's too much. So,
it's
but I
yeah,
agree. If
it's
you
a lot
lie
going on.
on someone like that, fuck yeah, you should be prosecuted. Are you kidding me? Because here's the thing too, you're also hurting all those other women who are scared to come forward.
Yep.
Exactly.
But I think like if they
That's who you really hurting is the
That's it.
people that it actually happened to, and
Yep.
now like it's hard to believe them because people like you lying.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to say is
I think
like,
if there was a clear set rule, like you'll get 3 years or something like that for lying or about a crime, and I think less women would do that.
Yeah.
I feel like you
No
should get the
one.
same amount of time that if that person was found guilty. I think
Facts.
that's that's the
Yeah.
trade-off. You should get
Yeah.
it the same amount of time.
Yeah. But no one has been made. This hasn't been an example made of someone who's lied on someone like that.
Not that I could think of.
At all.
You know what? I
It's
would,
crazy.
to all of our listeners out there, if you're a lawyer who deals in these types of things, would love to speak with you, especially while we're going through this Diddy situation, because it's going to be long and it's going to be drawn out. And we've got questions. We have legal
Yeah.
questions.
For sure.
I like
Because
it.
maybe there's maybe we don't, maybe there is a law that protects, you know what I mean, people from that. Maybe that we don't know. So good to talk to an expert.
Yep. What's this
Obviously, we just
over?
giving our opinion. We don't know.
Dave has been to a couple of freak offs. He needs your help.
So apparently, over a 5-year period ending in 2014, a total number of 109 women were prosecuted for crimes related to making false accusations of rape.
Of rape?
Over 100.
109, but it was also over a 5-year period.
That's a lot to me.
But it's not really, if you think about how many charges get brought up yearly on sexual assault.
But I'm just
But
thinking
there are
of
people
the
being
other side
prosecuted
of
for it,
like
so.
that there are over 100 people willing to ruin somebody's life
That's right.
for whatever reason. Like that's how I'm looking at it.
I
A
mean,
lot of these
sadly,
people
I
are looking
think
for a
that
payday
the
too, so
people,
they hope that
that's
they don't
it.
go to court.
The people that you were told to avoid, you know what I mean? Most things like that get dealt with behind closed doors, where it's like they're just looking, you know what? We don't even have to go to court. Just give me the money. I won't say shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And even if that person thinks like, well, I didn't fucking do this. Most of the time
Well,
they
some
pay them off
people will
because most
settle.
lawyers will tell you just fucking give them the money.
Exactly. But that's fucked up too.
It is. Because
Why
that's
should I give
also,
somebody
too,
money
an
for
admission of
something?
guilt.
Exactly. Yo, you paid them all behind. Oh, now he's dead. He had to be guilty. No, I just didn't want to face the reality that I might get jail time over something I didn't do. So I would rather
I don't trust our
stay out of
justice
jail.
system,
And
so you damn right to paid her
exactly.
off.
Isn't that in not the rape allegation, but the fact that didn't Johnny Depp take Amber Heard to court
Yes.
famously
Defamation.
for that for defamation?
Mm-hmm. And he won.
Oh, he won.
Correct. I actually watched that trial. That shit was
or
fucked.
something like that. Was that true?
He shit on her.
No,
She shit on his pillow or something. Was that true?
But it wasn't.
She shit on
It
his
wasn't
pillow?
human poop. It was dog poop. But yes,
That's
he did put
what?
poop on his pillow. That happened.
What?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they was on some weird shit.
Yeah, this is.
I don't know.
crazy.
That whole thing was wild, and oh man, she made me like not trust women after that trial. I got to be honest.
Bro, it was bad.
It was bad.
I didn't watch it. But
Um,
anyways, call us if you can help Dave Ryan out. In other news, WVU football got a win on the road. Big win.
Yes, thank God. And a good one for us because when was we beat them a couple years ago, but like out of our last 9 meetings, we've lost like 8. So
Yeah. Is that Oklahoma State?
Yep.
Talk to us about the game, Ash. You watched the whole game.
I did. I watched the entire thing, and I think we came out of the gate very strong. I think we played very well. I do think that we got a little lax in the second half. I don't know why we're like incapable of keeping it up, but it could be. It's very interesting. Mitch brought it up about how, Neil Brown's not a drive it down your throat kind of guy, but sometimes you just want to see him drive it down someone's throat. You know what I mean? Like we've been struggling for great wins for so long. Let's just keep it going. That's kind of how I felt.
Is Oklahoma State ranked?
No, they're not. They're not all that great this year, at least from what we can tell. Again, the season just started, so we'll have to see how it pans out. Their quarterback is not good at all. He's really not good. But they have one of the best running backs in the country, and we stopped that running game every time. So that was very promising. Watching both sides, like us play both sides of the ball well, was also very promising. And the things that they said that they were going to work on during that bye week, they absolutely did. So I think there's some momentum going into our next games. So I'm pleased with what I saw. I'm also extremely happy to say that even though I was worried that Garrett Green got hurt bad, thankfully he didn't. But watching Nico step in and fucking really step in was awesome. So,
your boy,
he launched that ball right in it.
Yeah,
down. It was great.
So he scored a touchdown?
Sure did.
He threw a touchdown?
Yep.
Nice.
And it was great too because the nice thing is they're very similar quarterbacks, so you don't have to change the play calling when Nico comes in. The only difference is Nico's a lefty, so you kind of have to switch it up a little. But other than that, the play calling doesn't have to change. So he fits right in when we need him to be. So It's great.
You said Garrett Green got hurt, so is he out for the next game, or
No,
did he come back?
no.
Or?
He got hurt at like earlier in the game. I can't remember if it was his rib. I can't remember what it was that he got hurt, but it was like he's fine. He's not hurt or anything. It was
Okay.
just like one of those like, kind of get stunned kind of things. And I mean, they
Okay.
did take him off the field, so I mean, he was
So we
out for a
won
Yeah.
minute.
38-14. I think our defense played a really good game.
Yes, they did.
Only allowing 14 points at Oklahoma State. Shout out to them.
Especially
'Cause I
against
know
the
the
country's, I think he's ranked 3rd in the country running back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Gordon's fast, and we stopped him every time. We also had
Yeah, I
some
know that's
interceptions. Like our defense came to play.
yeah, and I know that's been a big talking point of the season. Like our defense not showing up.
Yep,
So
they showed
shout
up
out to
for
them.
sure.
Have we ever had
O-line.
like a really good defense? I've never heard of
Yes.
like.
Oh my
since
God,
I've been-
dude.
Have we?
Yes.
When?
Back in Rodriguez's days, dude, our D was tight. Even Bill
15 years
Stewart.
ago.
Yeah. Even the times that Bill Stewart, our defense was really
Bruce
tough.
Irvin.
Huh?
But that's just
Bruce
one
Irvin.
player, though. I'm talking about a whole defense being
Yes,
good.
yes.
That's just one player,
Very-
though.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
throughout
I'm
Rodriguez's entire
just saying.
period, also Bill
I've
Stewart
never
when
heard
he
of
was here. Basically, it all went downhill. I shouldn't say it all went
Vince
downhill
Holgerson.
because I think Holgerson's D was pretty decent too.
We gotta
It wasn't as
clip
strong, but it was
We-
okay.
We gotta clip. Holgerson's D was okay. Oh, hey,
Now I
Darren.
got to remember too, so I need to go back and look at some stats.
It was so distracting that
did-
she's forgotten what she was saying. It was just so good.
Oh,
But
No, I
yeah.
mean, like I remember Scooter Berry,
Hmm.
Johnny Dingle,
Dingleberry.
JT
I just
Thomas.
remember
Wasn't he
that.
on JT Thomas?
Yeah, but you're talking about individual play. Yeah, I feel like we had a
Bruce.
bunch of individual great defensive play. I'm talking about a whole unit that is very good. I just haven't heard of. It's always our offense that really carries the team that I've remember.
No, I'm telling you, when Rodriguez was coach, we were strong on both sides of the ball. Those are
Okay.
facts.
Okay.
Strong on D.
We were strong on D,
But,
boys.
Yeah,
And
that's a big one from that. A listener, a forecaster, wrote me and said he had a question. He said, "Well, you got something else?"
Oh yeah, so apparently, according to Google, our defense was strongest in 2020 and 2021, which was actually
Okay.
during Holgerson's time.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
pay attention, KJ.
Like
Wait,
ever?
that wasn't Holger. Was that? No, he's at Neil
No.
Brown.
Yeah.
Wait, 6 years.
Wow.
Shit,
That
I
might have
gotta back
been
up.
It's 2014.
So in
2014.
2020, our defense was the best in the Big 12. We allowed the
Okay.
fewest points, total yards, and passing yards per game. 2021, we returned a large portion of our defense from the previous season. We finished with the 21st ranked scoring defense and 4th ranked total defense in the country.
Shout out to
Oh,
the
that's fire.
Stills brothers.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
We were really good then. Even 2023, we did well. So I mean, okay. Who knew? Here I thought our team
Yeah.
just sucked under Neil Brown, and apparently I missed all that.
You would think so.
You know-
With the type of some of the fans, like they just,
Right?
to do this. And do
Does that go back to the point where it's like, okay, the casual fan won't appreciate Neil Brown because all they see is wins and losses, as opposed to somebody who like, not saying
Absolutely.
obviously, Ash, I know you really know football, but just like for me, like I'm a casual fan. I didn't know that I never hear about our defense, so I only hear about our offense. So does that go to like, okay, like we might not be winning all the time, but we are making steps and improving that people can't see because it doesn't show up on the wins and losses?
I think that
I think they
definitely has something to do with it for sure. And it's tough too for us because the Big 12 is such a good conference. So it's hard to
Mhm.
gauge it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think our fans could see. Like I don't think they're stupid. Like Penn State game, our defense was terrible. You know what I
That's it.
mean? Like some games, our defense is just awful.
Even against Albany, yeah, we beat them, but like we let them put yards up on us. Like that's wild.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Sometimes
Mhm.
like our defense is just bad.
Mhm.
Like, we give up like ridiculous amounts of points. We only held this team to 14, which is crazy.
especially
So
at their home. So that's dope.
Wow,
forecaster asked the question.
apparently our defense hasn't technically finished in the top 10 since 2010.
Oh well, that just
Wild.
ruined our whole argument of
I
what we
know.
was talking about.
So much for that.
Who's knocking on the door?
Yeah.
It was your audience question.
Someone's at the door. Someone had a question. Forecaster had a question. Will Neil Brown finally get a signature win? This will be his highest ranked team. This will be the highest ranked team that he has beaten aside from number 15, Virginia Tech. In my mind, this is a must win. At some point, he has to deliver.
Play Iowa State, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Is it at Iowa State?
Yes.
The 11th.
A
It's big
must
time.
win. I mean, we only beat. This is be. We only beat. That was our highest. That was his highest win. A number 15 team beat Tech.
Yeah.
And he's been there this 4th year, right?
No, 6th.
How many chances?
Neil Brown's been here 6 years?
I want
God.
to know how many chances he's had to beat.
Technically, with COVID, 3 years ago was year 0. That was the excuse. Remember?
Oh yeah.
God. And he only
I want to know how many chances he had to beat ranked team.
Yeah, technically
It's
came in
hard.
2019, so technically it's more than so
It's
5.
hard to
technically.
it's hard to defend this. This is
I
crazy.
know.
What the fuck?
It is. What you
I mean, a
What
good
you-
season. A good season is a good season. Like last year, he finished with a good season. Like we only lost 4 games. I
Yeah,
forgot the record.
but that's
Yeah.
I'm talking about I'm talking about compared to what we're to expectations. Like, oh yeah, okay, cool, have a solid season. Nobody, you see, people is on his head still, like, about having a good season. Where people expecting a great season, like people
I'm
Well,
confused
and that's
expecting
about where
so
these
very
expectations come from.
yeah. I will say
Where's
like
it come
after
from?
this
Where the
Oklahoma
hell?
this comes from. Oh, thanks.
When have we won a national championship?
when 1984 is that right?
Okay, 1984. And since then, like what's been going on? Like why do we have such high expectations? Like we're supposed to go undefeated and play in the national championship game, be contenders every year. Like I'm confused. Where are these expectations
I
coming
think
from?
just because West Virginia is a football state and is just like they have a great history of being good in football. I don't think it's anything that's recently happened. I think it's just like the football tradition
Yeah.
of West Virginia.
I think all teams feel that way,
I
right?
think that's where.
Doesn't all teams
But
feel
West
that way?
Virginia is different though.
No.
Yeah.
But West Virginia is a different animal.
Yeah.
Seton Hall fans don't come on. They know.
They know
I mean,
better.
back in the day, Seton Ball, like they know, like Seton Hall playing basketball in the Big East, like they know, like we're gonna get our ass beat every year.
They don't mean they can't have expectations just because they, you know what I mean? Like you could still be like, oh,
Expectations of
our
winning
team
a
just, huh?
Expectation of winning a national championship.
That's what I mean, you should have expectations.
I mean, our expectations were like to make the tournament. Well, our expectations were this.
With Coach Huggins? Wait, we talking about football still, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was talking about basketball. Our expectations were different. We just had, we expected to win a national championship every year.
We said national championship or 3. I would hope that we. I would hope that's what we wanted
why
to do.
do the fans? I'm just curious as why the fans want, like, why they expect that every year. Like,
I don't know that we expect like national championship level, but I think we expect us to compete. I think that's the difference. Also, I just looked this up. Under freaking Rich Rod, we won 4 freaking conference titles when he was here.
This is a Big East.
But I was going to say that's
True.
also,
And that's the difference. We have not won a conference title since we left the Big East. Have not.
You should have stayed in the Big East, huh? And I don't know I don't know like the credibility.
I don't think is Big East football. I think it's just Big East basketball. I don't think they have a football team or football conference anymore. That's why we left.
Okay. That was
That
a
makes
bad
sense.
conference.
Although the ACC's kind of morphed into the Big East at this point.
I'll tell you this: if Rodriguez's team with Pat White and them played in the Big 12, they would be solid. Like they'd be legit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was
Mm.
our year, guys. That was our year. I remember.
Fucking Pat McAfee. How did you feel after he missed that kick? I didn't watch it.
Oh, dude, I can only imagine how he felt. I know. I was there, and I've never
Oh, you
felt
was
more
there?
there, man.
devastation in my entire life. I mean, I can honestly, there are very few moments in my life that I remember exactly where I was when something happened, and I remember exactly where I was in that
Damn.
stadium when that
Like,
moment
the
happened.
spot.
Jeez.
What was the like? What was the atmosphere like? It was just like,
Oh, dude, it was fucking hell. I
it was just
mean,
like,
oh yeah, that's it. It was like, oh my, I can't even explain it. Literally
sucked the
everybody.
life
It
out of
was a
your face.
shared, like, it was just a shared.
Damn.
Oh my god, like so fucking close, and to lose against Pitt, and they
That's the
weren't even
one.
good.
That's the kicker.
And we
So
were
does
on our way
anybody?
to a national championship. All we had to do was kick these motherfuckers out, and that was it. We were done. We were on our way, and
So
that happened.
were people like mad?
Yes,
They
people
throwing
were
stuff on the
mad.
field?
Oh my god, people were irate. But for the most part,
Didn't he
I
get
think
death threats?
I think most of us, yeah,
Yeah.
they got death threats, which is also sad. Like that's uncalled
Yeah, that's
for.
come on,
Like that's
bro.
just too much.
Yeah,
It's one thing to be upset, and it's for me. It was like this. I didn't know how to move. I couldn't move. I couldn't react. I couldn't do anything. It was just this emotion of
and this was a
let
makeable
down. I
kick,
was
right?
so let
Let me Google
down.
this thing.
It's
Let
not
me
like it was 70
YouTube
yards
this.
or something, right? This was
I've
actually like
never
a real.
watched. I
Was
never
it a
watched.
real?
And it wasn't even just
Was
about
it a
his
makeable
kick.
kick?
It was like throughout that entire game, we were not playing to our ability.
Mm,
So we were going through an emotional roller coaster that entire game.
right. So
And it's wild because
I
the
mean,
very next day he makes the announcement that he's leaving. Like it felt
it's
very weird. It felt very
like he was distracted.
yes.
But it sounds like he shouldn't. It's when people talk about that game, they only talk about the kick. I feel like really,
Yes.
but it sounds like it was a whole team where it shouldn't have even been that close that
Correct.
he had to kick a game-winning field goal.
Correct. We
So I feel like
talked to Pat about this. Remember, Pat talked about it. How
did we talk
way
about
he was
this?
this
Yeah.
close to the line. No way he's on the
Damn.
5-yard line. Is this a kick? This isn't the kick.
yeah, dude, it wasn't that far. I know that.
This must be a different one.
Have
52
people
yards.
have people like forgiven him yet?
Yeah, he's came
They've-
back. He came.
Yeah,
he
of
was here
course.
like
100%.
Oh yeah,
100%. I think that Coach Blaine Stewart really did a good number on that and repaired that relationship for everybody. And I think that the generations have changed and people have seen that it wasn't just that immediate gut reaction, and that maybe we did fuck up by alienating this guy that had an impossible situation, but in that that heat of the moment,
This thing is not online.
It's probably been scrubbed.
Pat probably had it wiped when he had that Disney money come in.
Seriously, I think he did.
Imagine
It's
that
wild,
though.
too,
Like you
because
want to.
Pat could kick so far. Remember that 50? He kicked a 51-yarder at Heinz Field, which is one of the most difficult stadiums to kick in because of the wind coming off the damn rivers. So it's
Imagine
like
being like a
I think there was
90%
so
free
much.
throw
I think there
shooter.
was so much on their shoulders. And it was like the first time West Virginia was going to see a national championship since the 80s. And it was like, you know what I mean? It was like so much. I don't know if it was that. I don't know. It was just, it was so
Was that
sad.
the last play? Was it the last play of the game?
I don't think it was the last play, but it was close, man. Because the
They say
final
he
score was like
contemplated
13-9.
suicide.
It was 13-9 was the final score.
They say he contemplated suicide.
Mm-hmm. Dude, he got insane. It was insane. The way people reacted to him, he felt like he had to leave West Virginia and never come back.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I'm
wait,
so
what's that?
thankful that he gives West Virginia props now after the way people treated him. I wouldn't blame him if he just said, fuck it.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody fumbling a kickoff. I never watched this game. I gotta go read this. I gotta go watch this.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the game or watched the highlights from that game, do yourself a favor, man, because it is. And for like I said, a team that was so fucking good, and you're going against your rival at home, and this is the last game you got before you go to a national championship. Like, what?
That's
Okay,
how
so
I
you
feel. I haven't watched our game versus Duke in the Final Four. That's how I feel about that with like
now
Deshaun getting hurt.
Well, and see,
imagine if you
sometimes
missed a free throw to win the game.
That's what I'm saying. You like a 90% free throw shooter and you miss the one to like that. I feel like that's the situation.
people say
Yeah.
WVU's God's team. I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to wonder if God hates
Who
us.
said that? Who said their
People
God's
say
team?
on
Who
the
said
team,
that?
WVU's God's team. What's by God, Virginia? And it's
I've
like, but twice that we've gone so close to like championship moments, and it's like, Pat McAfee, bloop, a man who can kick anywhere, can't kick.
yeah.
Poor Deshaun goes down. Like, what?
I'm predicting the next 5 to 10 years national championship, or at least national championship game. I'm predicting.
Okay.
I'm going out on the
In
limb,
football?
guys. It's both speaking
had-
into existence.
Haven't we had
Love it.
rifle?
Yes,
national
let's do
champs
more of
and-
that. Positive affirmations.
We-
Come on.
We have
be-
speaking of
be
shout out
realistic
to the
here.
Rifles because they
Nah.
always I feel like they get overlooked and they're constantly great.
Who's
Because
that?
they're always good.
Rifle. Yeah.
Oh,
They
right.
always
women's
take home
have won an
national
NCAA tournament
championships.
too, I think.
If we care so much about national championships, I mean, how don't we support the rifle team?
That's
Because-
Soccer's
Most people
always been
do
it.
though.
Baseball-
Most people are rifle fans.
Here's
I
the
haven't heard of
thing.
any. I don't know any.
Who's the
There
star
are
rifle-
two
who's the star rifle
sports
player?
that everybody in America gets behind college-wise: football and basketball. Outside of that, people could care less about any other sport.
No, baseball has some success this past season too, right?
Well, I'm not saying they didn't have. I'm not saying they don't have
Everyone-
success, but I'm saying they don't have the support that basketball and football do.
Oh yeah. No, for sure.
That's
for
it.
Sure. Especially WV. I feel like other places they
I
do.
will say, women's
Like they
basketball
do.
is taking a turn for the better. I feel like they're getting
Yeah.
a lot more respect lately. So
You
there's
got to get coach back on here, Dave.
What, coach?
Coach for the women's basketball team.
Coach
WVU.
Kellogg? Yeah, we can.
Oh yeah, he was on. I wasn't
Mhm.
in that episode, but
you missed a
Yeah,
lot of episodes.
that's
Joey.
oh, that, Ash,
That's for real.
Ash, telling me that.
Sorry, Kev. She's talking into a mirror, not a webcam, so she doesn't know that it's you talking.
That's crazy,
Man, I haven't missed
Ash.
that many.
But
Ash.
yeah, let us know if you were at that game. Let us know how you were feeling at the Pat McAfee game.
Shock and
I know where
awe.
I was. I tailgated that for that game. I didn't go to end the game. I just went home.
Man,
So it was my fault.
That was your freshman year, John?
Yeah.
such a letdown.
Because see, I don't know. Hugs used to say it was a football school. Like Hugs used to like use that as motivation. Like, this is a football school. You guys don't
mean,
even
it
deserve to
was.
work the
I mean,
like, all right,
it
Hugs.
wasn't a lie. It wasn't a lie.
All right.
At that time, it was.
It was a football school, absolutely.
At that time.
I mean, we supported
see,
the team, but
I'm
we
hoping
supported-
we're due for one of those though too. Because remember,
Y'all are haters.
our football team was
I mean,
good
it
the
wasn't
same time
hate,
our basketball
it
team
wasn't
was
love.
there in the mid 2000s. Just saying, mid to late
Yeah, we
2000s.
wasn't.
So
We
I'm
wasn't.
I'm hoping we have another one of those where it's like the football and basketball
Mhm.
team can be good at the same time. That'd be
Ooh,
wonderful.
That'd be amazing.
I feel like, do you feel like, well, I don't think they get overshadowed, but just like those teams with Pittsnogle and Gansey, do they get overlooked sometimes by how good the football team was in that
Yes.
era? Because they were pretty good
Although
too.
I shouldn't
Like
say
the
that because I
basketball
think that
and
we all still like. I mean, I still remember those days too. Like they
Yeah.
were great. I don't think anybody would argue with that. They weren't as
Went
good
to
as the
Elite Eight.
football team, but they were still great. I don't think
They
they were
just
being
got announced on the
overshadowed.
field too, so they are getting their props.
Why weren't they as good as the
Oh,
football
that's
team?
true.
They went to the Elite Eight.
No, I'm saying people.
Because our
I don't
football
think
team
that
almost
people
went to a
were.
national championship, and in football,
Almost is not going.
say what?
Almost is not going. I don't
You're-
think you
you're
hang a
not
banner
wrong.
for
You're not
almost
wrong.
going to the.
You're not wrong.
So I mean, like, who says that they were better at that time? Like the Elite Eight is hard to do. Like it's the last.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
just-
saying it's not, but I think there's a big difference in consecutively being in the top 10 all season in comparison to someone making a run in the tournament.
I mean, they played again. They played in the Big East, which wasn't hard to. You gotta like
Oh no
You
no no
gotta
no no no
win
no no
almost every
no
match.
no 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 no! Don't do that because during that time, fucking Syracuse was fucking fire. Louisville was fire. I mean,
Talk
there
to
was
him,
a lot of
Ash.
teams in the Big East that were fucking hard, and it was a tough conference back then. Tough. So don't act like
Pittsburgh.
it wasn't.
It
Talk to
wasn't.
him, Ash.
That's
It honestly wasn't. We used to
it.
beat the shit out of all. Like, it wasn't like most of
Pulling
those games weren't even
stats.
close.
We're gonna pull
I
stats.
don't know, most of those games weren't even close. From 2007, what era are we talking about? What
2007 was the
year?
year that we were going to go to the national championship. So
Okay, and the basketball team went to the Elite Eight in 2005.
so
They
2
won
years
the
prior.
NIT. They won the NIT the year before I got here, 2006.
Weren't you
I just want to know why it was a football school, like why it was instead of a basketball school when the basketball team was really good.
John, weren't you at the was it Elite Eight ceremony?
Yeah, we talked about that last episode. You
Oh,
missed it.
okay, my bad.
Just so you know, in 2007, we took out 1,
How many ranked teams in the
2,
Big East?
3, 4, 5 ranked teams that year.
And the Big East.
In the 4 out of 5 of them
What-
were in the Big East. The only one that wasn't
Who?
was Oklahoma, and that was our bowl game. They were ranked number 3, and we beat them 48-28. If that tells you anything.
Put up talk
2007?
to him.
You said 2007 we beat 3 ranked teams in the Big East? What
Four
was those teams?
ranked teams.
Who was ranked in the
Connecticut.
Big East?
Connecticut, Cincinnati, Rutgers.
Rutgers.
Yeah, shout out my fellow
I can't remember. I think
New Yorker
USF
Ray
was in
Rice.
the Big East. I think that's the
Yes,
4th.
USF was in the
Yes,
Big
so
East.
that's the 4.
That's terrible.
And we took out
College
number
football was just down
3
there.
in the country, Oklahoma.
So college football is just down there, yeah, huh? Sheesh. UConn football?
Dude, they were
Yeah.
always beast in football. You don't remember that?
Who do they have?
I don't remember, but I remember they were always tough. I mean, UConn, Syracuse was always good in football too.
Did you know Miami used to be University of Miami used to be in the
Yeah, it used
Yes.
to be in the Big East.
So was Virginia
East,
Tech,
yeah.
and we had
Mhm. I did
rivalries
not
against
know
both
that.
of them.
Mhm.
I did not know that.
Mhm.
Somebody just told me the other day. Like,
So I
no.
guess with that being said, I guess it's not really a crazy switch that some of the Big East teams went over to ACC because I mean Miami and
That's
Virginia Tech is in the ACC now, so it doesn't seem like that big of a switch.
Agreed.
It's weird though.
Oh, it's been real. Who we got next? Iowa.
Iowa State
Iowa State
at home.
at home.
Any
Hey, this is the
predictions?
perfect
They're ranked.
opportunity for Neil
At
Brown.
whose home? Our house?
Yeah,
Our house
This Saturday.
this Saturday.
Coal
time?
Rush.
It's the Coal Rush, 8 p.m. It's a night game.
Ooh. That's the
Kids
Black
will be in
Unis,
bed.
right?
Black
that Black
unis,
Unis?
and they're blacking
Let's
out the
go.
stadium, so don't forget to wear your black.
Let's
7
go.
p.m., right?
It's gonna be tight.
95 degrees.
Stop by the Book Exchange for all your black WVU gear, including the 67 kids jersey, and maybe tomorrow the adult jersey will be in stock. But you can also use our new code for 20% off for the number 4 CAST. You can search the Build on Bravery collection, which also includes the traditional tribute to miners and the heritage of coal in West Virginia. That's bookexchangewv.com.
How our producer reads the commercials.
It's getting cold outside. I don't know if I want to.
It is.
It'll be a
getting-
cold rush.
I'm so upset too because Joe's friend gets married on Saturday, and I was like, I've already RSVP'd, but I'm like, fuck.
8 a.m.
Damn.
I mean,
8 p.m.
Do you take
Why
this
would-
man
like,
to be
there's
your
no
lawful
in
wedding?
between?
Fuck, Neil, what are you doing in the back of the auditor?
That's probably
Yeah.
what's gonna happen to me. God.
Ash gonna be streaming a game on her phone while he's
Yup.
saying their vows.
Like,
and
Joe, we
shit.
gotta go.
That's funny.
Does anyone here have anything that would keep these two from being married? What the fuck, Neil? What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
My bad. Sorry. Continue. Please continue.
I don't know if you're not going. You're going to the wedding. I don't know if I'm going.
I would
I'll be
listen. If
there.
I didn't have this wedding, I would be there. I think the
kinda rather
energy is
watch
going to be
it in-
electric. Coming off
think I
this big
kinda-
of a coming off this win, home night, Coal Rush. I think it's everything we need on a
And then the
against
next
a ranked
weekend,
team. Yeah.
next weekend, 7:30 game. So it's another night game.
Oh, I'll go to that one. Isn't it? It's also against a ranked team.
Is it? Mm.
Yes. Hang on.
I'd rather watch it in like a bar or something.
That's depression, John. Are you feeling okay? I'd rather drown my
I just don't wanna
sorrows
be
than be
outside
around
in the
people.
cold.
No, you'll be in a box. Why do you act like you're out with the people in the seats? You're always in a
Right?
box.
I'm on the field.
You're on the field for pregame, then you get kicked off to go back to
Yeah.
your suite.
That's
No,
crazy.
Ren says I can do whatever I want to do.
Does he?
John used to be a man of the
Give me a
people.
lifetime pass. Should I do that? Go hang out with the? Nah, I'm not doing
The old John would go out, no shirt on,
that. That's in the student
living
section.
life.
John would be banging
not
on the
ready for the
field if
old
we're going by
folks.
old John.
I'm not ready for the old folks section yet. I'm in between the student section and whatever that is. The old folks section. What is that? Where do they go? Like, where do people my
Private
age
suite.
go?
That's where they go.
No,
I
they don't
mean,
go.
depends. I mean, there's people all over the stadium that are our age.
Yeah.
So just go. I want to be around some fun people. If you're fun and you're going to the game, let me know.
I'm fun. I'm going to the game.
Dave is the opposite of fun. He has a camera in your face the whole time. He's taking awkward pictures. And I don't want to.
Get the fuck out of
Oh, I
my
see,
face,
Dave.
paparazzi.
Shut up, Dave.
I would totally be doing that.
Hi, John. Here's a photo.
Fuck off, Dave.
Oh.
Busy.
Now John gives me one of
All right.
those. Hey, get a photo of me with this guy.
Oh my.
But yeah, so we
We gotta-
play after this week. It's Kansas State again at home, and they're ranked 18th. Another night game. So
Okay.
I
We
will
got a
say I'd
couple
rather take
chances
one of these
to-
chillier nights than the snowy days.
agreed.
You can
When's
layer up on a
basketball
chilly
start?
night.
When's basketball start?
First home game
November.
October 18th against James
Oh,
Long's Charleston. It's an
Why did I
exhibition
think
Oh,
that
game.
basketball
yeah.
started in November?
It starts at the end of
It
October,
does.
but it's an exhibition game with James Long's team.
In Charleston? though?
Oh.
No, in Morgantown.
I thought I
That'll
heard
be
it was in
dope,
Charleston.
man.
No, it's here.
Why
if I
wonder if it's a
Google-
way I could stream that game. That'll
Why,
be
if
dope.
I Google WVU basketball, the first game that pops up is against Robert Morris, November 4th.
Because it's an exhibition
James Long is
game.
an exhibition.
Oh, not the
I'm
same
sorry, Ash.
thing.
Was that not good enough for you?
I mean,
Oh,
I thought John said like,
It'll-
when does the season start? I thought
oh
that's what he
James
said.
Long's team. Guy hasn't won a Best
be-
Virginia tournament ever.
It'll be empty, but it'll be the first time we could look at the new era, like Mountaineers, whole new team.
New
It'll be cool.
coach.
I'm gonna keep it short. Yeah.
James is
Friendly
nah, let me not say
reminder.
that.
Everyone, take it down. What did you say about James Long?
I don't want to. This episode is coming out, but this episode is coming out before the. Let's just say he's confident.
Ooh.
I'm just say he's very confident.
Okay.
I've seen the he's very confident. I've seen the team. I've seen them, a lot of those guys work out because I was up there during the summer. He's gonna have a decent team. I have a pretty good
They're
team.
gonna beat us if we if we lose.
It's happened before.
We never lost to a D2 school in an exhibition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, we
like,
have.
in the history.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
No,
we
we haven't.
have. Unfortunately,
Let's Google it.
Unfortunately, I was
Shut
a
up.
part of it. I was a part
were
of it.
D2,
So
that
I
wasn't
know. It was Northern Kentucky.
Northern Kentucky isn't.
They were
D2 school.
They were D2 at the time, and then now
No, they
they're
weren't,
D1.
bro.
Okay.
No, they were not.
Okay.
Don't say that. You're lying.
I wish I didn't have to
Didn't
say
we
it.
lose to Darius Nichols' team?
There's no way y'all lost to a D2 school in an exhibition game, bro.
Oh,
I wish I didn't have to say it.
Is Radford D1 or D2?
I wish I didn't have to
I
say
think
it.
Redford's D1.
Bradford's D1. Ash, are they D2? Is that true?
Hang on, I'm looking up some stuff.
I know damn well
Oh.
Kevin Jones, who's making millions of dollars.
2011, WVU lost to D2 Northern Kentucky.
Oh,
I told you, I was a part of it. I don't want to have to say this stuff. I didn't want to have to admit that. God damn it,
how does
John-
that happen? How did that happen?
bro. They were good. First of all, that's why they're D1 now. They were good, and
Mhm.
we had 6 freshmen. That was my senior year. We had 6 freshmen coming in. That's a bad combination.
what
Oh my
else
God!
after that?
Theo
What do you
wrote
think?
An article about
What do
it.
you think? What do you think? He said after the game.
No, I really want to know, like, what happened? Like, how do you go
I'm-
on throughout the week? What was the next practice like?
Bro, bro. When I tell you that was probably the most scared I've ever been at WVU, just like knowing what the next like practice and next week was gonna be like,
Oh
bro.
my
I didn't
god.
I didn't know like I didn't know what to do, bro. I was just like,
I'd have been sick. And you probably had dudes going out
I
after
don't
that
know, bro.
game.
I don't. It's a blur to me, but I was just yeah. It
Y'all lost to a
sucked.
D2
It
school.
sucked, bro.
Y'all made the tournament that year, right?
Yeah, we made a tournament,
Crazy how things shape out. How y'all lose to a
bro.
D2 school and then go to the
I was
tournament?
like, yo, like this is it. This
Who
is
put who
this is
put
it.
them on the schedule? That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Wow.
But that won't happen with James Long. I'll bet. What you want to bet?
Okay.
They got a good team.
Yeah, they got a decent team, bro.
They got a team that would have beat your senior year team.
Shit. I don't know.
That's insane.
I don't know, bro. I don't want to talk
That
about
just
this anymore.
that just ruined my night. Fuck y'all lose to a D2 school. I thought they were D1 this whole. My boy
No,
went to stretch.
nah.
Wow, how
They
They
were.
sad.
D1.
I think after that year they beat us. They went D1.
And that's what they showed the NCAA. Like, look,
We belong here.
We definitely belong here. We
we
beat
beat Kevin
WVU.
WVU's
Jones.
team. We beat it.
Sheesh.
Listen,
That's happened
everybody's got
before. It's
off
not
days.
uncommon, bro. It's
That
not
is pretty
uncommon, bro.
uncommon.
It
The odds of
happened.
that
It's
happening
happened
have to
before.
be
It
1,000
doesn't.
to 1.
It doesn't. Yeah, of course. But is that one?
Like, it happens once every 10 years or something like that.
It's every generation.
It was fans.
Yeah, it was an exhibition game at home.
An exhibition
Yo,
game. The
y'all
ones
was
you're supposed
sick.
to win because
The
they're
the
exhibition
ones are like,
games.
oh yeah, we're tuning up playing this team. We're
Wait
tuning up
until
for
I
the
see.
season,
Wait until I see Trump.
and got tuned up.
So just
He
so
probably
you
don't even
know,
remember that.
apparently
To
it's
be honest.
extremely
Okay.
common during the preseason for D1 teams to lose against D2s.
See, that's
Never
what I'm
heard of
trying
it.
to tell you.
I
Extremely.
guess I'm cut from a different cloth.
Here we
Well,
go.
this has been another episode of Final Forecast with me, your host, Jay Flo.
Don't add that in, Dave. The
Kevin
last
Jones.
part. Don't
No,
add
we're
that
putting
in
that in.
because
Kevin
that was buried.
Jones.
That was buried somewhere in the past. You're-
That is hilarious.
I was getting
And
blacklisted
our lovely
for sure.
co-host Ash.
That's me. Why are you booing me all the time?
That's
Producer
I just feel like it.
Dave.
That's
He has a
lame.
crush on you.
That's lame.
Hi.
He
Lame.
has a crush on you, Ash.
Lame.